Hi! Hi, my name is Diana and today we're going to show you the most Instagrammable places of Warsaw. So if you are interested where this cool place is and other magnificent places of this city are, keep watching. Not far from the city center, there is a magnificent park in the Baroque style called Łazienki Królewskie, or the Palace on the Isle. The architecture here dates back to the 17th century and you will be able to spend several hours just walking around here. By the way, this bridge is considered the best place for photo shoots in this place. Well, couldn't agree more. The palace is extremely photogenic from whichever angle you want, but I'd recommend you coming here during a weekday when there are not many tourists. Try to take a picture a little bit from below to make sure that the whole wonderful building is captured. Next tip here. Find the water and a good angle. Trust me, the reflection of the palace is as gorgeous as the palace itself, so it's definitely a win-win situation. Pay attention to the details here everywhere. With so many parks in the territory, the best option for you will be the Japanese one. Why so? Because it stands out from the crowd, it's bright, and you'll have an absolutely different picture with the same location. This wall, for example. If you look through the Instagram, you'll find out that not many people know about its even existence. Well, bad for them, because this is a treasure if you have an account in pastel or soft colors. No visit to Warsaw is complete without Instagramming its most prominent and tallest building, iconic Palace of Culture. Built in 1955 by Stalin, it still remains the most Instagrammable socialist architectural site in Europe. Though some posts tend to have some issues about it. I don't know, works pretty nice for me, but maybe it's because my uni is on its 12th floor. Anyway, mostly you'll see pictures of it from this angle, or from this angle. Here is the tip. Go on this little narrow and cozy streets where you can have all the restaurants and cafes you can imagine, and voila, you have a perfect shot, a tall building, and you do not have to have your legs cropped, right? By the way, there is Starbucks and Nero over there. You may just want to check it out. Or if you're lazy enough to go anywhere, just find this bench and you're done with it. The Warsaw Old Town, of course. There are so many beautiful places where you can have your perfect shot that honestly, it just depends on your Instagram profile and the colorful theme of your account. Warsaw Old Town is particularly picturesque on warm and sunny days, as you see, and it features beautiful building facades, archways, and charming streets. Here you'll find buildings of all colors possible. I mean, like, really all. So basically, it's obviously that you will want to have lots of pictures here. But here is a tip: do not repeat yourself. First, grasp as many ancient buildings as possible, because it creates both historical vibes and cozy atmosphere. Secondly, you can go with an amazing city panorama with a picturesque view on the Warsaw Stadium. You can also consider some cathedrals, like this one. Or This one, for example. Or you can also consider taking a photo near these beautiful and Gothic gateways of Warsaw University. But wherever you are here, do not really worry about the landscape. Trust me, it really knows its job here. This is one of my most favorite places in Warsaw, because just look at this gorgeous futuristic building. No wonder it has won numerous architectural competitions and polls among residents and visitors of Warsaw. And if you're still in doubts with that, it's library, Warsaw University Library, and it's on the next checkpoint. The entrance to the building is called Passage, and this is your first checkpoint here. During a sunny day, huge glass windows combined with bright pink walls will make your picture extremely attractive. And you don't even need filters. If you like the pink color as much as I do, welcome to this pink paradise. Seriously, feels like it was created for my Instagram. But the main surprise of the building is not here, it's on the roof of it. There is an enormous garden on the roof of the library. By the way, the roof garden of Warsaw University Library is considered one of the largest and most beautiful roof gardens in Europe. This is a very popular resting place for tourists, residents of the city, and students. And I can see why, honestly. There is a pond, a fountain, lots of sculptures, lots of greenery, and just a breathtaking panorama of the whole Warsaw skyline. Green, bright, attractive. That's how I would describe this place. And if you're a big fan of panoramas, this is your first place to visit in Warsaw, especially during the sunset.
So, hi Max.
Hi.
When did you decide to become a photographer?
So I think it was a really long way. I was only 12 years old, and I was at the search of my hobby. So I was in the music school, but I played the piano, but I hated that. So I was in a search of I was looking for a hobby, and one day I went to a camp, just a summer camp, and there was a photographer. So I just met him, and I was talking to him, and he told that photography is really interesting. And after that, I studied photography.
Okay, so where do you study now?
I study at the University of Warsaw at the photography and journalism department.
And do you shoot at the same time, people professionally?
Yeah, I shoot. So. Fortunately, can I say that? Yeah.
Okay.
Fortunately, I have the same thing in at my studies and at my work, my job. So because of that, I can combine. For example, I have a photo shoot, just commercial photo shoot, and I can use it as homework for my studies. So because of that, I really like my studies and my job.
And from your point of view as a professional photographer, what makes a good picture?
What makes a good picture?
What makes a good picture? Like the lighting, the model?
I think the lighting is the most important thing at all, because photography, what it means, graphos, it means to write, photo, it means light. So light is the most important thing in photography. It is more important than, for example, background. So I think light is the most important thing. I think model, it's not important at all.
So you think the photographer is more important during the photo shoot than the model? Is more responsible for the
Photography,
results?
of course, yeah.
And what do you think about Warsaw in general? Is it a good place to make photos?
I think it is a perfect place to make photos because there are so many different places. Warsaw is really different at all. You know, you can go to one place to one to the first end in Warsaw, and it will be absolutely another from another end of Warsaw, of the city.
And what's your favorite place to shoot in Warsaw?
My favorite place to shoot in Warsaw, I think. So we were there. It is Plac Zbawiciela. You know, I think it is the best place. I really like Charlotte. Yeah.
And why this place?
Why this place?
Yeah.
So I like to inspire from people. So I like to look at people. I like hipsters, different interesting people. There are so many passionate people who know what passion is.
Okay guys, so now we are on the Plac Zbawiciela and I'm with Max.
Hi guys.
And today he's gonna show us one of his favorite places in Warsaw to shoot and to make a perfect shot. And today we're gonna share with you some life hacks of professional shooting.
So I decided to choose this place because of this nice cathedral at my back. So also there are so many creative people, so I think it's kind of creative spaces in Warsaw. And we can start.
For me, it's just flowers and wall.
I decided to choose this place because now it's spring. There are so many different flowers on the streets. Also, we should put the model here because we should show the volume. And I think the colors on the streets are really better when we make photos near the plants than near the wall.
And in general, you mentioned inspiration. What is or who is the photographer who inspires you? Or maybe this is a thing that inspires you.
You know what? Some months ago, I looked only to Instagram photographers, but I changed my view. I changed my mind. So today, I look at only photographers of the 20th century. For example, Helmut Newton. I think he's the best. He's a god of photography, you know?
What's the thing that makes him special for you?
So he did black and white photos, he did portraits, of course nude photography, but fashion photography too. And I'm his fan. His photography is quite simple, but really difficult at all. His light is unusual. He didn't use something like different lamps or flashes. He used only a window, sometimes maybe one flash, but he did it in such an unusual way. So I think he's the best. Yeah, I'm his fan.
So we shot at the most Instagrammable places in Warsaw, and my question to you is obvious. What do you think about Instagram in general? Is it a good platform? What should you be cautious about there?
I think at the moment it is the best platform in the world.
Do you think it helps photographers?
Of course. You know, it is much more better than Facebook, or maybe there is one more social network, 500 pixels for photographers. It's nice to find new contacts, but Instagram is the best platform to find a client too. You know, I have maybe 70% clients from from Instagram.
Okay, so you're a fan of Instagram as a photographer.
Yeah.
Okay, and tell me, what's the thing? Because we shot lots of portrait pictures. What's your personal attitude towards portrait pictures? What should you take into consideration when you take portraits?
So there are many things you should take care of when you do portrait. So you should take care of model, about her or their mimics. You know, you should show what you want to say to people who see this photo with the face or the posing of the model. You know, yeah. So I think that's it.
And in your free time, which pictures do you like to shoot the most?
Portraits.
Portraits.
I do only portraits. You know, maybe fashion sometimes. Sometimes I do. You know what? I do sneakers photography,
What does it mean?
like boots
Like
photography.
boots photography.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a great fan of that. Sometimes, but I'm not a commercial sneaker photographer, but I really like that.
Okay. And which kind of pictures do you avoid? Like what type of pictures don't you like at all?
Maybe landscapes.
Landscapes. You know?
Yeah, I really don't like
Why?
landscapes. I know somebody likes landscapes. Sorry, guys, who likes who like landscapes, but I think they're so boring. You know, a few years ago, I went to Zakopane, you know, Tatry,
Yeah.
and I didn't have any models to shoot there, and I did landscape photography, and it was so boring. So I even didn't post any photos of Tatry.
By the way, when we make a street photo shoot, we should pay attention to the details. For example, this nice car, because sometimes these details can make you a perfect shot in the future. Let's try!
How long does it take you to retouch pictures, to edit them afterwards?
Now, it can be different, absolutely different. Sometimes it takes 15 minutes. One photo takes 15 minutes. Sometimes I sit 2 hours, 3 hours, only retouching the one of the photos of my photo shoot. Because of that, I don't like to do a lot of photos. No, I choose only one photos in one location, but after that I give it to client.
And what do you meet the client after the retouch, or do you just send it via email?
I'm just sending, not through the email. I use different clouds like Google Drive or something like that. But yeah,
And do you support retouches as a photographer? Because so many people complain that there is too many retouch
no,
in magazines and Instagram.
I really like retouching. Sometimes I'm not a good make-upper, you know. I want to go to a make-upper's class, something, yeah. But I really like retouching. I can show whatever I want. You know, my model even don't need to be make-upped at the moment of photography session. So yeah.
Do you think it's fair towards subscribers on Instagram, for example? That
Sorry?
we all want to be better on Instagram. Do you think it's fair to retouch so many things?
I think if the person wants, why not? I can help them to be more beautiful. Sometimes it needs. But I had some clients that who said, "Sorry, Max, I don't really want to be retouched. I really like my appearance." And I said, "Oh, okay, no problem. It's your choice." And it's really good when a person is, you know, is proud of themselves.
And do you think Do you want to? Oh my God. Do you want to become a professional photographer in the future?
Yeah, I
Do you
think
want
yes.
to work as?
Mhm.
Do you want to work for some press company or just on your own?
You know what? Today it is such an interesting thing. For example, different magazines like Vogue, they don't work with a photographer for a long time. They just have one project, and they're looking for one photographer, and after that, they're not working with him. Uh, one project, one photographer. It works like this.
And what's your biggest dream? You mentioned both. What's your biggest dream in professional sphere?
In photography or in my life.
Photography, photography.
You know, I would like to create something like a photo school. I see that there is a problem for beginners, photography beginners, to find their style, to find what they want to shoot, and I want to help them.
So you want to found a school?
Mhm.
Okay, that's cool.
You know what? Photography is a quite young job. Photographer, like not photography like art, but photography like business. You know, and I want to create a business school for photographers. So they, I want to teach them how to find a client, how to create a great website, or how to create a nice Instagram account.
Hey guys, we arrived to our next location. This is Cathedral again, but don't worry, just look at this sketchy building. This building gives us nice perspective, panorama and bright color. So let's start shooting.
Do you think it's a talent to be a photographer or just a skill that can be taught, like to learn
I
the
think,
language?
Um,
'Cause I think
like
that
a
photography is
skill.
art,
I
like a
think-
skill.
Yeah.
So everyone can be a photographer if properly taught.
I think yes. You have to love it. Really, it have to be a part of your life, not just a hobby. Like for me, it is just I do photography almost always. Even when I go to a shooting, not photo shoot, you know, I just take my phone and I can do photos of different like actions. For example, in a train or in a metro or in a bus. Yeah, I think I live a photography life, something like that. And because of that, I really like Instagram.
In your opinion, what are three main skills that every professional photographer should have?
Skills,
Yeah, like character features.
character. You should never give up. Even if somebody said that your photography is a piece of, you should know that it will be better in some time. It will be better in a year. 2 days ago, I looked at my photography, at my works in from 2015. Oh God, it was like a really piece of something. I hated it. So I looked at it and I questioned myself. I asked myself, is it my photography? Oh God, it's much better at the moment. So yeah.
Do you think that success depends on the camera that you use? Because you certainly
No,
changed cameras.
Absolutely no. You can buy an iPhone, for example, X, and it will be nice for photography. You can buy a camera and a fixed lens, for example, 50 millimeters, and you can make such a good portraits. For example, Helmut Newton used cheap lenses, cheap cameras. He had like Canon, something which cost it 500 bucks. It's not really cheap, and his lenses cost one lens costs $100, and he did such great jobs. So you know, it's a thing of your choice. You don't need a great equipment to be a good photographer.
And what's your favorite thing about your job?
My favorite thing, contacting with people.
Contacting with people. So does a photographer must be, I don't know, sociable person?
Of course, photography is not about shooting. Photography is about group of actions. You know, group of things, different things. To be a photographer means to be a good shooter, to be a good psychologist, and a good person at the same moment. Yeah.
Okay, and last question: black and white or colorful photos?
Okay, I'm not sure. You know, I really like black and white photography because I'm a fan of Helmut Newton. He did only black and white photography. Sometimes I want to shoot only black and white, sometimes I want to shoot only color, but I like them both.
Guys, this is our next location. Don't be surprised if you don't know about this place, because not many people in Warsaw know about that. I've chosen this place because of its nice minimalistic frame, because minimalism is really popular on Instagram. And also there are such nice pastel colors which create really perfect aesthetic vibe.
Pay attention to the detail. Here is what? Warsaw Old Town is particularly beautiful and picturesque on summer. Idiot. Nie ta ręka. Picturesque view on a great. This is what. Spoko. Mogę? A widać, że pada?
Wiesz co, nawet nie wiem, możliwe, bo mokry beton.
O Boże. Green, bright, attractive. Dobra. A widać panoramę?
Tak, trochę, chyba, nie wiem.
Green, bright. Green, bright. Nie śmieję się. Ja na ciebie patrzę i zaczynam. Ah! So guys, today Max is gonna show us some places.
To normalne, it's okay.
So guys, now we are on... Gdzie my? Pałac Zbawiciela? Tak. Why so? Because it stands out from the landscape, it's bright, and I forgot the text. Green, bright, attractive. That's how I describe this place. And if you're a big fan of panoramas, this is... Sorry.